Welcome everyone, my name is Amy Hoppy and today we're going to be doing a low impact yoga workout with the incredible Dr. Fez. This is the perfect kind of workout if you want to work a little bit on your balance, on your stability, as well as getting those core muscles nice and strong, but it is totally beginner friendly, so please just enjoy it with us. And remember, most importantly, just do as much as you can. If you need a break, come into child's pose. I'll show you that in a bit, but let's have some fun. So we're going to begin just in our easy pose, our comfortable seat. You can place your hands over your knees if you'd like to. Just close your eyes for a moment and begin to center yourself. Focus on the breath. Begin to come to a place of presence. Let go of anything that was happening before the workout began. And start to do a little check-in with your body. Ask yourself how you are feeling today. Focus on the length of your inhales and exhales. We'll be using the breath to guide our movement today. We're going to begin with a gentle warm-up before moving into the rest of our workout. It's going to be about 30 minutes in total, so just make sure you've got a comfortable spot, comfortable mat. We're going to begin now by gently opening the eyes again and just gazing up towards the ceiling. So we're opening the front of the throat. And as we exhale, we bring the chin down towards the chest and we open the back of the neck. You should feel a beautiful stretch going down into the shoulders. Inhale, we gaze all the way up again, opening the throat. Exhale, chin to chest. We'll do one more of each. Feel that lovely opening. Inhale, begin to look up. And last exhale, begin to look down, chin to chest. Beautiful work. Inhale now for neutral spine. As we exhale, we're going to bring the left ear towards the left shoulder. So we're opening up the right side of the neck. Just holding for a round of breath. On your next inhale, we come back through to center and then exhale, right ear to right shoulder, opening the left side of the neck now. Just feeling the body begin to release tension, warming up those little areas where we tend to store our stress. As we inhale, we come back through to center. Now as we exhale, we gaze behind the left shoulder. So a gentle twist for the upper part of the back. We'll be moving into more of a twist just now. And as we inhale again, looking back through to center, exhale, opposite side, gazing behind you on the right. Holding for that breath. And as we inhale, we come back through to center for neutral spine. As we exhale, we release the hands down to the mat or floor. Inhale, we lift the hands up towards the ceiling. Big, beautiful breath. Now focus on the right hand. We place that on the outside of the left thigh. The left hand comes to the base of the spine. We inhale to lift the chest. Exhale to twist. A little bit more, feeling the body open, getting into those tight muscles and joints around the back. Just holding for one more breath here, so we're doing 2 breaths on each side. And exhale, release. Give those arms a little shake, shoulders a little bit of a wiggle. Inhale, hands back up towards the ceiling. Now left hand comes to the outside of the right thigh, right hand at the base of the spine. We inhale to lift the chest, exhale, twist. Holding for our 2 breaths. You can hear Fez is really concentrating on his breathing. And on the next exhale, we begin to release the arms again, giving them a little bit of a wiggle. Should be feeling nice and warm and loosened up. Now we're going to roll over the knees into child's pose. So from that cross-legged position, just set yourself up. The knees are out towards the edge of your mat or just wider than hip width apart, toes to touch behind you. Sit down onto your ankles first. So this is how we're going to set up for our child's pose. We're gently going to come down first onto our forearms. So this is your beginner version of this posture. If you feel comfortable enough to extend all the way out, stretch your hands out in front of you, release the forehead down to the mat. And we hold this for 5 beautiful breaths. So what we're doing in this posture is we're elongating the spine. As much as we're reaching forward with the hands, we're sitting the tailbone back. So we're really stretching out the back, feeling it come all the way through the shoulder blades. And we're allowing the belly to be soft as we focus on the breath. So this is your child's pose, relaxing posture that you can return to at any point in the practice. Also just a great posture to do if you're feeling a little bit stressed and just want to take a break. So on your next inhale, we're going to begin to look up and then take your hands and walk them over to the left side, placing your right palm on top of your left hand and then lowering the forehead down to the mat again once more. What we're doing here is opening up the right side of the body, stretching all the way from the hips to the shoulders, and we're just holding for one more breath on the side before we move over to the right. On your next inhale, begin to gaze up and then walk the hands over to the opposite side, placing the left palm on top of the right. Exhale, forehead down to the mat. When you inhale again, begin to look up and then walk the forearms back to center, placing the forearms down onto the mat, hands down onto the mat. Now we press the hands together in a prayer pose, walk the elbows out in front of you. We're getting into those upper arms, just feeling that beautiful stretch, and then release the forehead back down to the mat. Place the hands at the back of the neck. We're holding here for 3 more breaths. You should feel a beautiful opening in the upper back and in the shoulders. On your next exhale, begin to release the hands down to the mat. And then as you inhale, we're going to slowly come up into our tabletop position. So just check your positioning here. Hands are directly beneath the shoulders. The knees are directly beneath the hips. So now just hip width apart. From here, we're moving through a few rounds of cat and cow to just open up the spine a little bit more. So as we inhale again, we begin to look up, drop the belly, stick the bum out. And as you exhale, we tilt the pelvis inwards, round the spine like a cat and look towards the belly button. Inhale, begin to drop the belly button, gaze all the way up towards the ceiling, stick the bum out once more. And exhale, round the spine for cat. Press into the mat with the hands, open the shoulder blades. We'll do one more of each. Inhale, gaze up. This is your cow posture. Really feel like you can balance a ball on your back. And as you exhale for cat, you're rounding over that ball. Beautiful work. We inhale, we come back to our neutral spine. Now I'm just going to speak through the next posture before we go there. It's called thread the needle. And this is to help open up again the upper back. We're going to thread the needle motion is to bring the hand through the body to the side. So as we inhale, we're going to lift the right hand up towards the ceiling, stack the shoulders. Exhale, thread that needle, bring the hand through the arm and thigh and rest the right temple on the mat. Now option to walk the left fingers all the way out in front of you. And we're just staying here for 3 more breaths. If your shoulders are feeling nice and open and you'd like to try a bind, we're going to inhale and lift the left hand up and around and reach for the inside of the right thigh. Just 1 more breath here together. When you're ready, on your exhale, we place the left hand back beneath the left shoulder. And then we inhale to lift all the way up, right hand up towards the ceiling. And exhale, tabletop, back into our neutral position. Inhale, opposite side, left hand lifts up, opening the body, stacking the shoulders. Thread the needle on the exhale, left temple to the mat. Again, option to walk the hand on the right side, all the way out in front of you. Feeling that beautiful opening in the back. And if you took a bind on the other side and you'd like to go there now, let's begin by inhaling to lift that right hand up and around, reaching for the inside of the left thigh. And we have 1 more breath here together. On that next exhale, we slowly begin to bring the right hand back to beneath the right shoulder. We inhale, we lift the left hand all the way up towards the ceiling. Beautiful work. Exhale, back down to your tabletop. So that is the end of our warm-up. You should be feeling nice and open. We're going to begin to now focus a little bit more on our core and stability. So moving into our bird dog position, we inhale, we lift the right hand up, extend it out, and opposite foot, so your left foot behind you. So you should be creating a lovely line from the fingertips to the toes. You can point the toes if you like. And we're just holding this for 2 breaths. This really begins to work on your balance and those core muscles. On your next exhale, we're going to sweep the right hand back, keeping the leg where it is, reaching for that thigh. Inhale to sweep forward, slowly as if you're swimming through syrup. Exhale, sweep back. Inhale, sweep forward. Exhale, sweep back for a third time. Inhale, sweep forward. And now on our fourth time, we're going to kick into that left knee and try and reach for that foot. Gently kick back, open the chest. Holding for a round of breath. You should feel a little bit of stretch in that quad. And on your next exhale, release back into tabletop. Beautiful work. Opposite side now. Left hand out, right foot back behind you, holding for those 2 breaths. Try and bring the belly button closer towards the spine, engaging the core. Then on your next exhale, we sweep back gently, reaching for the thigh. Inhale to sweep forward. Exhale, sweep back. Inhale, sweep forward. Exhale, sweep back. Inhale, sweep forward. Now you know where we're going. As we exhale, we sweep back, bend into the right leg. Hold onto the foot, kick open gently, open the chest. We stay here for another breath, feeling a little quad stretch on the right side. And exhale, back to your tabletop. Now we're going to go back to the right hand, left foot, extending them out on the inhale. As we exhale, we're going to crunch and bring the elbow to the knee with a cat-like spine. So exhale, crunch, round the spine. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. We're doing 2 more, so 5 in total. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend back out. Last one, exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend back out. Exhale, now release the right hand down and drop the left foot where it is. Feel that calf stretch, so just get into the toes. You should feel that lovely stretch on the calf, holding for another round of breath. Nice little opportunity to catch your breath if you're already feeling like that stability workout was getting to you. Now from here, we're going to open the body out to the left side. So assisted side plank. Gently as you inhale, begin to lift the left hand up. We open the body out to the left. From here, focus on that left foot. Lift it up until it's parallel to the mat, the leg. Beautiful work. Now we're just holding this, focusing on the balance. You can flex the toes back towards your face. And now, for the next 5 rounds, we're going to lower the foot just to hover above the mat and then lift it again. So exhale to lower the foot down towards the floor. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. I know it's hard to keep the balance, but we can do it. Inhale, lift. 2 more. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Last one. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tabletop. Beautiful work. Let's go on to the other side. Left hand extends out. Right foot back behind you. Our 5 crunches. Let's go. Exhale, round the spine, crunch. Inhale, extend back out. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend back out. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. 2 more. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Last one. Crunch. Inhale, extend back out. Now drop the left hand, drop the foot where it is behind you. You know where we're going. Open up, assisted side plank, opposite side. So find the balance where you are. Whoopsie. We all need a little moment to just gather ourselves. Okay, so once you've found the balance, we inhale, we lift the right leg until it's parallel to the mat. Holding for a round of breath before we begin our 5 lowering motions. On the next exhale, let's begin to lower. Inhale, lift 1. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift 2. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift 3. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift 4. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift 5. And exhale, tabletop. Beautiful work. Well done, Fez. Wow. Starting to get sweaty in here. I think those glutes are on fire. From here, we're going to come into our low lunge. So going back into a little bit more stretching. So you can come up onto your knees and then we step the right foot forward. What you want to focus on is that the knee should be directly above the ankle, and then you can bring a little bit more out in front of you or shimmy the back knee slightly behind you so that you create a straight line from knee to knee. This helps you to just open the hips more. So we're going to spend about 5 breaths in this posture. So you can keep your hands on your hips here if you like, or just resting onto that front thigh. Advanced posture, you can lift your arms up towards the ceiling. This is good work for strength. And we're holding for another 3 breaths. Feel the opening of the hip flexors. 1 more breath here together. On your next exhale, we sweep the hands down towards the mat. We gently begin to extend the hips back as we come into our half splits. So just straighten that front leg. And you can flex the toes back towards your face. So what we're doing here is we're getting a beautiful stretch for the hamstrings. This is particularly good if you're a runner. And you can use the fingertips to help you balance on either side of you if you like, or if you like Fez, you can hold onto that foot in front. If you want to take it a step further, you can slowly lower the head down towards the knee, just to get a deeper opening for that hamstring. So find the variation of the posture that works for you. We're here just for 2 more breaths. Beautiful work. So now on the next inhale, we're going to briefly come back into that low lunge. So just bending back into the front leg, heel toe that right foot out to the side of the mat, and then lift the back knee. We're coming into our runner's lunge, or as we sometimes call a lizard-like pose in yin. So what we're doing here is also just opening up the body a bit more around the hips and the groin area. It's a beautiful stretch, nice and strengthening. So you can stay exactly where you are. If you would like to take this a step further, you can come down onto the forearms just to deepen that stretch. Oh, Fez is doing well there. It's deep, deep in there. If this feels too much for you, please come back up onto your hands. You've got to work with what your body is comfortable with doing. So listen to your body, very, very important in our practice. Sometimes we try and push too much too quickly and we end up injuring ourselves. So just listen to what you're okay with doing today. Now we're going to meet back on your hands if you're not there already. And then we're going to sweep the right foot back so we come into a high plank. As we inhale, we sweep the left foot forward so we runners lunge the opposite side. So do this movement as slowly as you need to. Settle in. And then once again, if you want to, you can come down onto those forearms. Even if it's just for a couple of breaths. We've got 3 more breaths here together. So try and enjoy or embrace the discomfort. If you smile, it's an extra advanced version. And when you're ready, we can slowly begin to come back up onto the hands, meeting up on the hands. We then heel toe the foot to the center, so we come into our low lunge. So just begin to drop that back knee down onto the mat, release the leg. And then as you inhale, you can come up either with your arms up towards the ceiling, or hands on your hips, or hands resting onto that thigh. The main aim is that we're working into opening those hips, getting that beautiful stretch, and you'll be getting a stretch for that quad at the back. So you can do as Fez is doing here, nice strengthening of the arms and shoulders, opening of the chest. Just focusing on the breath. We're here for 2 more breaths still, so nice long hold. Beautiful work, everyone. Slowly, when you're ready, on your next exhale, you release the hands down to the mat, extend the hips back, straighten the left leg, flex the toes back towards your face. We're in our half splits opposite side. So again, you can hold onto those toes if you'd like to. This helps to make sure you're really flexing, getting into that beautiful hamstring stretch. Or you can keep both fingertips down onto the mat beside you. Third option, gently bring the forehead down towards that knee. Just work with what your hamstring is okay with doing today. Oh, really good for runners, this stretch. Oh, so just 1 more little breath here together. And then as we exhale again, we're going to briefly come back into our low lunge. So just begin to bend into that leg. And then you can place both your hands down, heel toe that foot out to the side again, and then just sweep the knee back so it meets the opposite knee. You're back into your tabletop position. From here, we're going to just come into our high plank briefly, and then we're going to walk the feet towards the hands. So we come into a forward fold. You can hold onto opposite elbows here, which is your ragdoll. Just allow the head to be heavy. Let the crown of the head drop down towards the mat. And you can sway from left to right. This is really good for the lower back. Again, we're actually getting into those hamstrings, so just stretching them out, swaying gently. It's a beautiful restorative posture. Allow the head to be heavy. And then slowly finding stillness in the middle. We're going to release the hands all the way down on the exhale. Inhale, slowly come all the way up. High mountain, hands up towards the ceiling. And exhale, press the palms together, hands to heart center. Now we're going to focus on a little bit of balancing work before we wrap up our practice. We're doing tree pose today, which is a really lovely posture for beginners because there are quite a few variations. So for the first variation, we're going to begin by lifting the right leg. This is a balancing posture, so if you fall out, it's really fine. Just come back in and keep trying. So we begin by creating a solid presence with that left foot. So really spread your toes and ground that left foot down. Now as you lift the right foot on the inhale, just place the foot onto the calf. So this is the first level of our tree posture. You can keep your hands at heart center if you'd like. Just feel the balance. Focus on the breath. If you'd like to try a second variation, you can bring the foot to the inside of the thigh. A little bit more challenging. And then find your center again. And third variation, if you'd like to, and your hips are feeling nice and open, you can then bring the foot into the pelvis. Allow it to rest. Again, hands to heart center. So only if your knees feeling nice and healthy. Wherever you are, let's bring the hands up towards the ceiling. And because I live in Cape Town, we're trees in the breeze. So let's begin to move those arms. Again, if you fall, it's fine. We're challenging ourselves. You should feel that left foot working hard to keep you balanced and up. So just have fun. This is great to do with your kids at home, playing around. And then slowly you can begin to find your stillness again and bring your hands to heart center. Good work, Fez. On the exhale, we just give that leg a little kick, release it out. Maybe move the feet up and down, just releasing that beautiful stretch, balancing workout. And now we begin opposite side. So make sure you ground into that right foot, spread the toes nice and wide. And we begin to lift. Left foot up first, pressing it onto the inside of the calf. Hands to heart center. You're welcome to stay here. If you'd like to try variation 2, bringing the foot into the inner thigh on the right side. Again, trying to find that balance. Yoga teaches us to find calm no matter what is going on around us, including our own balancing work. From here, a third variation, if you did it on the other side and you'd like to try it here, we bring the foot to the inside, the crook of the pelvis, and you're welcome to hold that foot here if that feels better, or you bring your hands again to your heart center. Sometimes we find that our balance is better on one side or the other, so again, if you fall or if you feel a bit weird, just keep trying. It's part of the challenge. We inhale, we lift our hands up towards the ceiling. Again, we're trees in the breeze, so let's begin to move, shake, round those branches. Beautiful work. And then begin to slowly find stillness, bringing the hands to heart center, releasing that leg, little kick out. Beautiful work. Little movement of the legs. Well done, Fez. So we've got a little bit of a challenging move. You know it's coming. It's going to be a balancing posture, but also really good for strengthening the legs. So requires some focus. What we're going to do is keep the feet now hip width apart. So focus on spreading those toes nice and wide. Let's start by just practicing coming up onto the toes and then down onto the heels. Up onto the toes, down onto the heels to get used to this movement. Then, when you're ready, next one, we're staying up onto the toes. So hold this movement. Lift the hands and arms so they're parallel to the mat. Now, again, this might feel tricky. If you fall out, just gently come back in. We begin to bend the knees, keeping the knees facing forward, and we slowly lower down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when you get to 5, just make sure those thighs are parallel to the mat. You're not sinking down, you're lifting up. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Slowly come up for 1, 2. Feel the burn. 3, 4, 5. And release. Well done, Fez. Excellent, excellent work. So that was our last bit of hard, should I say tough exercise for our low impact session. From here, we're gently going to come back down to the mat. So just slowly lower yourself down. We're going to begin to lie down on our backs for our cool down part of the workout. So just again, make sure you've got a comfortable surface. If you don't have a mat, you can use a towel on a grassed area or something. And just make sure you've got nothing obstructing the spine. So we gently begin to lower ourselves down. Okay, a little bit of core work for the count of 10. Okay, let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. No, Fez, come on. 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Well done, everyone. So from here, we're keeping the knees pointed up towards the ceiling. As we inhale, we're lifting the right foot and we're placing it on top of the left thigh. So we're just briefly in our figure 4. This isn't good for hip opening. And then we're going to get into the glute for a nice juicy stretch. So to do that, 2 variations. When we bring the right hand through the thighs, left hand on the outside, you can either hold the shin or hold the thigh, depending on what feels comfortable for you. And then you lie back down onto the mat. So you should feel quite a juicy, delicious stretch in that right glute area and hip. And we're just holding and focusing on our beautiful breath. Just 2 more breaths here together. And on your next exhale, we slowly release the hands. We allow the feet to come back down to the mat. As we inhale, opposite side, left foot on top of right thigh. Just holding our figure 4 for a round of breath. You can place the left hand into that thigh just to press it out to the side. Then when you're ready, we're getting into our, what we also call reclined pigeon. We bring our left hand through the thighs, right hand on the outside, again holding either the shin or the thigh, and we begin to lie back down. Oh, I think I'm tighter on my left side. It's a really juicy stretch. Just breathe through it and enjoy it. 2 more breaths here together. On your next exhale, let's slowly release the feet and hands down to the mat. Now extend your arms out in a T shape. Keeping the knees where they are, let's just open them hip width apart. So make sure your feet are hip width apart, knees are hip width apart, arms out in that T shape. Now we're going to move into a motion called windscreen wiper. So if you imagine your windscreen wipers before we get into our full supine twist. So we start by lowering the knees down to the left side. So keeping the feet where they are, you'll notice the knees naturally part. We hold for 1 breath on the side only. Then we inhale to come back up through to center. Exhale, bring the knees down to the right side. Holding for that breath. On your next inhale, back up through to center. We're doing 3 on each side, down to the left. Holding for that breath. On to the right. So we've got 1 more to do on each side. You might notice that you get these little clicks releasing in your spine. It's completely normal. Inhale up through center. Exhale last time down to the left. But we're warming up ourselves for our full supine twist, which can be a little challenging to go into immediately. Inhale, center. Exhale last time down to the right. You can really imagine the little windscreen wipers with your legs. Inhale back up to center. Now before we go into our full supine twist, let's just bring the knees into the chest, hold for a little squeeze, make yourself into a little ball, bring the forehead up towards the knees, hug yourself, thanking yourself for your beautiful practice. And then we release back down, again arms in a T shape if you'd like. Now this time we bring the knees to touch, ankles to touch. So for your full supine twist, it's a little bit more intense of a stretch. We're going to begin with the left side. So keeping the knees together the whole time, we lower down to the left. Now you can take your left hand and place it on the outside of the right thigh just to guide the thighs down, and then gaze towards the right hand. This sometimes feels a bit more comfortable, and we hold for 2 more breaths. Very slowly, we begin to lift the knees back up through to center, release the hands out to the side. Take a moment to reset, making sure your knees and ankles are touching. And then as we exhale again, we release the knees down to the right. So you can place your right hand on the outside of your left thigh and gaze towards that left hand. Enjoying the relaxation of the posture. Holding for just 2 more breaths. And then very slowly, we begin to lift the knees back up through to center. Again, bringing the knees into the chest, wrapping your arms around the shins. We're going to roll backwards and forwards 5 times, just gently massaging out the spine. So you can begin slowly now, creating small movements at first, and then getting a little bit bigger, just massaging out that spine. So you can do about 4 or 5, and when you're ready on your last one, we meet back into our seated position. So just to finish off our practice today, I'm feeling a whole lot calmer. I don't know about you. Now feeling nice and like loosey-goosey and delicious stretching, so good for the body. So just to end our practice, we're going to take 1 big inhale together, lifting the hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, press the palms together to touch, lowering down to your heart center. And then bowing your forehead to your fingertips, taking a moment to just reflect on your practice and focus on gratitude for your amazing, beautiful body and the incredible things that it can do. Namaste. Thank you, Fez.